From your vantage point, please unpack this new behavior where we are seeing a surge in online shopping.
See, there is no, hidden agenda when we talk about this e-commerce business. It is very simple that, boss, I want to make money. I am connecting you to the last mile. E-commerce is putting up a platform where a brand and the buyer shaking hands. When a quick commerce delivers you a milk packet at 5 minutes or 7 minutes of time, so the mom and pop shop in that your mohalla is suffering because now people don't go in early morning and pick up a bread, curd and the butter.
Welcome to another episode of our Business Talk series, this time in English, purposefully, for some of the audience that wants us to be talking in English as they only understand English. So we are today talking about an issue which touches all the consumers around and also the retail traders. We know that consumers have, most of them have a handset, a smart set in their hands, and they have turned most of their life and their consumer behavior into a digital platform. But that is not the same for the local traders. So we will be talking about the effect of online shopping by consumers on the local trade in Kashmir. We also know that in India, this online business and e-commerce is taking leaps, and in 2025, it's estimated that about 1,36,000 crore business would be conducted online, which is 3 times in size than that of 2023. This is also taking place in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of India, which also includes the cities in Kashmir Valley, where consumers are fast switching their behavior from local purchases to the online platforms. There are a variety of reasons for doing so. There's easy access to the variety of products that are available. There are options available, and there is the return policy, which is very flexible when we talk of online shopping. What does this mean to the local trader in Valley, a trader in Lal Chowk or in Anantnag or in Baramulla? Recently, we had reports that local traders said they had a 70% dip in their sales on the recent festivity of Eid. There is also drop in footfall, which they report. With their increasing costs, input costs, operational costs, many of these retail traders are doing their business on an edge. To unpack all of this, today we have Dr. Noor Ali Zehgeer with us. He's an expert in retail marketing and trading. So we'll be talking to him and trying to unpack the whole episode. We'll discuss about the paradigm shift of consumer behavior, and we'll also be talking about the resilience of the Kashmir traders, and most importantly, the way ahead. Welcome, Dr. Noor.
Thank you, Shabir sir. Thanks again for calling me again here.
From your vantage point, please unpack this new behavior where we are seeing a surge in online shopping from the local trading that was used to be the mainstream.
Online sales or e-commerce, what we call it, is, it is the first thing what comes to your mind is, for me as a consumer, is discount, convenience, and probably the accountability by the seller.
Right.
Whether it is fulfilled by any e-commerce player or it is directly shipped by the manufacturer or a trader. So that is why I buy online. Now, there are two aspects of online business. Some people tell me that, touch and feel is very important. So I tell them touch and feel would be important for buying a car, a scooter, and at times electronic bigger gadgets, which are more than 50,000, 70,000
Right.
thing, where you don't need to, just close your eyes and place an order. But if you are buying mustard oil or a refined oil or a bread, you know what it is. So you don't need to have a touch and feel of a flour or a oil or anything, cheese. You just place an order and you get them, But then customers have their own point of view. Somebody buys it for a discount. Somebody even buys it because I can see at home without burning fuel, struggling to park my car in the street, which is a live example these days in city Srinagar. And then the variety which is not available at every retail. I don't say that, people here, for example, if we talk about normal markets, not the shopping malls, every shopkeeper will not have exuberant variety of things. They would keep it as per the capacity of their working capital. So the customer does not get that feeling that he believes that I'm spending money, I should see many, or I will have to hop onto the shops and look for things and then bargain and all that. Here he is getting a package which is a bouquet. You have a variety, you have a quality, you have an assurance of refund, and the best price we guarantee. So that is how customer is inclined towards online
Right.
buying things.
Okay. What are the national trends that are taking place in e-commerce, and how much of it is percolating down to areas like ours?
See, there is no hidden agenda when we talk about this e-commerce business. It is very simple that, boss, I want to make money. I am connecting you to the last mile. E-commerce is putting up a platform where a brand and the buyer shaking hands. And the only thing what is to be addressed is the last mile. And that is done by the delivery boys or a delivery organization who does the last mile for e-commerce. Now, how do you promote a product is a different thing. It is not easy to sell on e-commerce also. Let shopkeepers or a offline channel, what we call as, or OR, organized retail. It's not easy for any brand to sell online easy. They spend a lot of money. Like you say that in offline you have a distribution margin, super stockist margin, distributor margin, retail margin. And then there are a lot of ATL, BTL activities to create a brand visibility. For instance, putting up a glow sign those days. If I talk about 10 years back, glow signs were very common for mobile phone brands or consumer electronic brands. Then you need to have somebody to promote that product inside the shop. I'm not talking about a showroom, I'm talking about a shop. If you talk about a consumer electronic industry, you would have seen in a lot of shops, not in Srinagar, but yes, in some parts of Srinagar also, Residency Road and all, you will see a Samsung 2 guys standing promoting you the product. Why? Because that is paid by the Samsung, not by the shop
Not by
owner.
the shop owner, yeah.
These days, the shop owners just have a shop with a good lighting facility. That's their investment. Let me, if people think that no, it is very tough to sell against e-commerce. No, it is not. They can if they want to. They can beat e-commerce if they want to, but they don't. I think the mindset is not like that. Because we have a human tendency, we love to crib, we love to complain. And they will say it to 5 brands. For example, you are a shopkeeper, you will tell Samsung, you will tell Calvinator, you will tell Whirlpool, everyone that there is no sale. But the moment he will offer you some distribution margin bonus, you will place an order. And that is my personal experience also, because I have handled distribution for 20 years.
Okay.
A dealer or a distributor will never tell you that I am happy with the sales. Although it is a different story, even brand does not tell him that I am happy with your sales. They will also keep demanding more and more and more. But this e-commerce has given an opportunity or a special window to the brands to promote their product and to penetrate at a lower cost. Because now data is readily available across India anywhere.
Okay. From your analysis, how much is the quantified disruption of the local trade or local market by the e-commerce?
It will depend from industry to industry. But if we say an average out to do anything, I think 30 to 35% sales, if I'm not wrong, I may be wrong also, but 30 to 35% of the sale has got affected, which has shifted to online commerce from the offline or a daily mom and pop shop. You don't get affected here as much as people get affected in Delhi. When a quick commerce delivers you a milk packet at 5 minutes or 7 minutes of time, so the mom and pop shop in that your mohalla is suffering, because now people don't go in early morning and pick up a bread, curd and the butter or an egg or a toothpaste. That has got affected. So that is 30-35%. Yes, there would be, in that category, it would be more, but in the consumer durable, telecom, garment, it might be 30 to 35% drop in the sales at the shops.
Our situation is a little bit different from the main cities, larger cities. We don't have any quick commerce right now. There are people who are trying to push it in. But as of now, people have reported in from the local trading community, we know that they have reported 70% dip. But the point is, if it is 70% for them, even when quick commerce is not taking place, How is it 35% in other cities? What factors are there?
See, you have to understand two things. First of all, we have not tasted the privileges of data for a longest time. There was a time when we were without a data for 1 year also, So that has taken you back 5 years. And second, the business community here, you still have traditional business people in the business who have been like somebody like me who has been above 60 years of age, for example, or my father who are still controlling the business. They do not have that mindset of commerce.
Okay.
And they are very cautious business people. In a corporate language, we say that, okay, let's compare the data and say that what was the last year Eid sale and what is the this year Eid sale. On the basis of that, we will prepare the goods.
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that. But these wise people, elders, they have that feel that what is the market going to be this time? So how much should we invest? E-commerce cannot be responsible for their loss completely. There is also that they have stopped investing in business. They have stopped keeping the stocks as per the requirements, which is comparable to the e-commerce. For example, a shop in Lal Chowk, if you ask him to give you 5 brands of shirts, probably he will be able to give you 2. But whereas the moment you click on your mobile phone, you go to Myntra, you find 5, you go to Amazon, you find 4, you go to Tata Click, you find 7, or you go to any other small site, Meesho and all that, then you find 20 different varieties.
Right.
You find a t-shirt for a 299 also, you find a t-shirt for 2099
That
also.
could be one of the major factors pulling.
But then
consumers
this
over.
shopkeeper has kept only one that is 699. And then he may have 6 colors, those guys would have 12 colors. The variety, the product bouquet is not complete now on offline sales, whereas it is too much. It is more than you can digest or eat on a e-commerce platform.
Right.
So that is one reason why it dropped. Second, the mindset is not allowing them to do innovative out-of-the-box thinking to increase their sales.
Right.
It is not only Samsung who can sell on Amazon. It is not only BlackBerry, Van Heusen, Colgate who can sell. Even they can sell still Colgate, but they will register themselves as a retailer.
Right.
But they don't want to do that. Why? Because a common psychology in a business is to have more profits. Whereas e-commerce will not allow you to have those kind of profits because first of all, you have to, share 15% to the e-commerce site.
Yeah.
And in other cases where it is fulfilled by Amazon or Myntra, you have to keep your stock in their warehouse.
Right.
So that stock holding cost will affect your profitability and the finance cost will go up.
Right.
Probably the Kashmiri businessman or people from Jammu and Kashmir, I can say overall, do not have that kind of appetite to compete with the online stores and make more money.
But here's the point. Do they have any other option? Could they fight the platforms, the e-commerce platforms and exist in this market?
It is a chicken and egg story. A brand, for example, Samsung, Nokia, iPhone, maybe Van Heusen. Let's take a garment brand. A garment brand also spends money. He spends money in Google ads. He spends for a search engine optimization. He gives it to Amazon, Myntra and all that. He spends a lot of money there. So if he is giving him the sale and if he gives him the commitment and the, that confirmation that, I'm going to push your sales, he will offer the same discount to them also. Right. Because anyways, he's ready to burn money.
Right.
Now, is he burning money offline or is he burning 100% of his marketing budget online? That depends that who is ready to take that responsibility. Right. How do you think the showrooms are existing in Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Jaipur, Ambala, Chandigarh?
And doing business also.
Doing business. And please try to understand the rentals are very, very high when you compare A, B class cities with tier 3 cities.
Right.
You only have tourism traffic here. and the internal consumption. For example, when we talk about our own union territory, but in Delhi, your rentals are high. You have a lot of competition.
Right.
You might at times feel that Zodiac has 4 showrooms in the single mall, but still they are selling. You should be ready to accept that we have to sell, and competition is going to be bigger and bigger. It's not going to shrink. Competition, more market expands, volume will go up. It is a myth that if you have 6 shopkeepers in the city Srinagar of the same brand, the sale will drop. No, sale will go up. Reason being, because people who are going to buy will see brand at the 6 different places. So you are actually doing marketing rather than opening up the outlet. What is outlet? Outlet is a marketing
place. Yeah.
When you brand a showroom, it's a marketing. Then you have to pull the crowd. How do you pull the crowd? Please create a pages, please do the social social media marketing and advertising, and pull people to there. There are a lot of people who are doing this. You will see a lot of boutiques, ladies boutiques and all that. They have their own pages, and they're doing very business. And trust me, I was shocked. I have seen a girl from Sopor, she's delivering ladies Pakistani suits in 24 hours.
Quick commerce.
So he is facilitating the company who is doing this on the last mile part. At the same time, she doesn't care what is Zara or what Van Heusen or what H&M or M&S sells. She is selling what is catering to this market.
Right.
And she's making money. I don't say that she makes 100% profits, but if even net margin is 20%, she will do it because she doesn't have overhead cost.
Right.
She does have a stock. She operates from her own home.
Right. Now the essential question is of consumer behavior. Consumer behavior has been changed. It has been changed by external factors, and the mindset has also changed.
That's true.
The local traders, don't you think they need to understand that consumer behavior once it has changed? They need to address the new paradigm. If they don't understand it, they will be left out. Is that the right point of looking at it?
Shabir Sahab, we have been listening to this for a long time. Customer is the king. So you have to make a king happy. Now, how do you make it? And the funniest part of this story is that if you give something free, still king will not be happy because he will start doubting you. Why are you giving free? On one side, we are contradictory to our own statement. If I'm talking about me, that people are, get attracted to the heavy discounts. But at the same time, the brand, which I would not like to name, there are 20 brands in India who say buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
But still they can't compete with the brands who sell at an average price, affordable price, but a better quality. Because it is a quality which matters and the brand reputation which matters.
Right.
Even if you give something free, trust me, people will not buy it. Something will come up that why is he giving free? Because that is the customer psychology. The customer mindset is when I want to discount, I should get it. Then it is genuine. But if he is giving a discount, then it is something fishy. Unless it is not that, brands like Bobby Brown, Lakme, Victoria's Secrets, Marks and Spencers, if they are giving discount, then it is eligible. Oh, no, this is good. Then the doubt factor doesn't come in. But these shopkeepers who we have in a valley, they have been doing traditional business. For example, if you see the watch showrooms in Lal Chowk, I think when you were in school, I was in school, those shops are from that area.
That time, yeah.
And the owners have not changed.
Also.
They are still surviving despite that discounts are being offered on Amazon and all that, on Titan and all that. How do they survive?
It's their brand identity.
Because there are two things. One, their reputation, which they have built over the period of 50 years. Second, they are maintaining still the inventory which can beat online inventory.
Right.
But garments, shoes, it's a complex business. You have 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 SKUs. You cannot fulfill the aspirations of a buyer. So now what do? You try to segregate and understand that which price bracket you are selling more in your market and try to focus on that price bracket and pick up a young child from your family. Everyone knows these days social media marketing and all that. Put some small money to start with.
Right.
Create a customer groups.
Right.
If you remember the customers, your loyal customers, and start pushing
Focus
things
on
to
them.
them that, okay, this has come new, this has come new.
Right.
And the more important thing, vendor selection,
Yeah.
which is a backbone of any business.
Mm.
You know, my dad, he was a businessman.
Mm.
He had a very small suggestion for me and to others that businessman makes the profit at the time of procurement, not at the time of selling.
How was that?
Because if you are able to negotiate the best rate while buying, you have won it
Mm.
if you even sell it at the market price also.
Then you will have beaten the others.
Because you have beaten already others, because they bought it for 7 rupees, you bought it for 6.5 or 6 rupees. So you already have an advantage of rupee 1.
Right.
That is one part. Second part is you negotiate the volume and take a volume discount, put it in your pocket, and rest, pass it on to the end user. And that is exactly what e-commerce does.
Correct.
It is not Amazon doing anything or Myntra doing anything. It is Samsung who is burning money. It is Oppo who is burning money. It is, for example, American Tourister luggage.
Right.
Sometimes you will find that 17,000 worth of suitcases available for 599.
Right.
It is not Amazon burning. It is American Tourister burning money. So he can offer the same discount to the retailer that pick up the stock and take it, because Amazon only tells him that advertise on my website, put a banner. You will have to spend this much of money. Google AdWords, the moment you say luggage, your name comes first. And we will try to push it and put stocks in my warehouse. So I will do that. Amazon is fulfilling this. It is not Amazon investing in the stocks at all.
Okay.
Actually, when they don't sell, it goes back. My kind of an experience is that, people are well aware of Amazon here. I have launched my brand, number of brands in Netherlands. There, Amazon is number 3. It is bol.com.
Bold.com. Okay.
For Netherlands. I have seen how do they do it. In Africa, like, they don't know what is iPhone, because iPhone or Samsung is not the market leader of Africa.
Okay.
It is Techno, which is called Apple of Africa.
Okay.
Same way, Jumia is the player who rules the game, not Amazon. It is India, US market where Amazon is there. So you have to, it is not only Amazon who has a muscle. Muscle is only with the brand. The brands are ready to invest money on a retailer also. If you go to the market today,
there are takers. No?
there has to be a taker. For example, you see the retail outlets in Residency Road till probably Municipal Bund, the GPO. Whatever mobile phones you will see, the merchandising inside is all done by brands. They are investing. It is $1,000 per display unit, what you see in their shops.
Okay.
The dummies cost almost half of the price of the phone.
Right.
Because duties used to be implied on them also, long time back. These days, that's free.
Right. But we'll now talk about the other segment. This is the largest segment. Smaller segment would be MSMEs. They are also hit by online shopping trend. What do you suggest for them? How do they survive in this competition?
Sir, if you have to do a business, you have to survive. That should be the spirit, first of all.
Right.
You are a small shopkeeper or you are a small business person who is doing maybe a sale of 20 lakh a month. Now, you are fighting somebody who is a giant. But at the same time, there are two things. One is that this is your own source product or manufactured. That is a different strategy. Then you have larger percentage of margin to play with, and how do you do it? How much do you increase the marketing budget and try to push? But if you are just a trader, you buy from a brand and then sell it in the C, D class cities. For example, somebody selling in Handwara the Samsung phone, then you have to understand, because Amazon delivers in Handwara also. So now how do you do it? There you work on the customer appetite. That I came to your shop, I saw it online. There are a lot of people who check prices online.
Then go to the market.
Then they go to the shop, and then there is two theories. One, they do a touch and feel of the phone. Achha, this is the phone? Okay, right. He tells him, okay, I will come back. And he goes back and places the order with Amazon. Reason being because Amazon is giving him
some kind of
returnable basis first, and then maybe some free gift or a discount. Or even if brand is not giving a discount, then banks are available. you use my debit card or ATM, credit card, I will give you 4%, 2% cashback. Somebody buying a phone for 50,000, 2% out of it, it's a good discount.
It's good.
And it is by the bank, not from the brand. So this person gets affected with those kind of sales, because now another thing is that JK Bank is the largest player for us as a banking.
Right.
He has a debit cards, he has a credit cards,
Right.
he has not many products to offer to
Right.
the end user. Now there comes the role of the bank, or the government sponsored bank, or government, or they need to tell banks to try to help these small businessmen, to offer them something, so that people will come to them also.
Is there a possibility for them to have a hybrid model where they all sell online, also on the retail side?
They can. Why not? How many people are selling Kashmiri honey or saffron? And everyone doubts when they buy a saffron on Amazon, they doubt, is it a Kashmiri or Iranian? Because Kashmiri is still supposed to be the most expensive and the best quality saffron.
Right.
But now people are more interested that let me sell the bulk, send it to Dubai, and then it goes to any other part, US or anything. They don't want to make it a retail product and sell it through the online.
Right.
Very few people do that. You can sell so many people. Who stops you selling apples online?
What is the entry barrier for them? Because if it's so possible, then why are not they doing it?
Entry barrier is, first of all, the business mindset. Because if you are sending a truck full of apples to Delhi, you get the payment before it dispatches. That's point number one. Second, you don't have a patience of that because you have never been into retailing. Third, you are not promoting your own product. If you get into retail of the apple business, for example, or almonds, you can still promote it through Big Basket. You can promote it to Amazon and all that, and banner it with the Kashmiri apple.
Right.
And because you are a grower, you will have the price advantage. Nobody can match you that price.
Right.
Now, the only thing what you have to address is, you can start it in the phase manner. First, try to deliver it within Kashmir. Because if you are getting an apple in Kashmir for 200 rupees kg, you can still sell it at 180, 185 or 160.
With reasonable profits.
So first you have a domestic consumption, and then address nearby northern states where the courier or a delivery charges will be less. Then you can think of going from north to east or south or west.
Right.
But the problem is that people do not understand. They don't want to wait. They want success yesterday. Success doesn't come so early. You have to put in a lot of efforts, not only in terms of money, in terms of lot of planning. And understanding that, why American apple could be sold or Iranian apple can be sold through Big Basket. Why can't we sell it? But they are more interested that let truck reach Azadpur and I will get my money. He gets his stocks. Now, whether he sells or not sells, I don't care. Because longevity of the business he is not thinking.
He's not understanding. Is there a role for the government or agencies like JKTPO cutting across this barrier which stops them from going to the online mode?
So government has done what they have done. For example, GI tagging, that was a government initiative for a shawl or a pashmina or a saffron and all.
Right.
But then here you can suggest or you can help them. You can create a centers where these local business people could be given the kind of a training or hand holding that how to get onto e-commerce platform. Uploading pics, describing the product and all that. It also need, everyone can't do it. You have to have what kind of picture quality is there which could be uploaded. Is it more or less? It needs a lot of time, but then before that it needs a lot of training. It needs a lot of so what government through their agencies or through any other NGOs and all who are working with agriculture people who are into business of agriculture or trade associations or chamber of commerce, they can always create workshops and get people who know this business, who can handhold it, who can give a workshop of 2. But the question is, will they come, leave their shops and come and sit there for 2 hours or 3 hours? Do they find a value in that? It is very easy to crib for a businessman. Business is not happening. But if you ask him, are you ready to invest or learn something new? There probably I have my doubts. Will he do that or not?
Here's a catch: most of the people have a smartphone in their hand, and everybody spends a lot of time, wasting, in fact, a lot of time on the
Yeah.
smartphone. Then consumers are there and they are trying to find the best deal for themselves through the online platform. What stops the retailer doing the same thing, getting onto the same platform and matching those demands which consumers have?
I will answer this question in a very different way. Kashmiri business class, when we are talking about this business class, I'm not talking about 50 crore business. I'm talking about probably 1-2 crore business
That's our
people.
volume.
You know, that is the volume, and that is the masses where it is already, the shopkeepers and all that. We were talking to somebody long time back, you know, we wanted to have a platform which is called Vanapyant. In a Kashmiri, it is Vanapyant means a platform for a shopkeeper or a place which is outside the shop where people stand. Idea was to get only Kashmiri shopkeepers on that platform. That you want to have something for Kashmir or Srinagar or Baramulla or Anantnag, you don't need to go to Amazon, you need to go to this. I think any startup or any entrepreneur who is willing to do that should try to consolidate or get them all fenced on this platform, that you want to buy anything from Kashmir, you don't need to go to Amazon or anything, because the cost is high, the marketing cost is high. Right. Amazon ask is high, commissions are high. You come to here. If any seller is paying 15% there, probably they will charge 6%, 5%.
Right.
But you will have a consolidated thing. You need a Vazwan, it is here. You need a curd,
Will be providing
cottage cheese, you know, which is our own staple foods. Also, not only handicrafts, not only paper mat, but anything related to Kashmir, you will get it here, and we will get every Kashmiri shopkeeper on this platform.
Right.
And probably then those shopkeepers will not have to do much. They will only have to provide the details, the pricing and everything. Rest the backend team will do on this, and they will have their operational margins, which they will survive.
Right.
Probably, maybe next 6 months, maybe through Khan only, you know, we will hear that somebody has come up with this.
Right.
You know, that would be one thing. Second, like, you know, one of your own creator is supplying mutton to the doorstep. It is again addressing, you know, now the person who is selling is sitting at the shop may say sales have dropped, but then nobody bought it from Delhi. Somebody is buying from
the same
Sanat Nagar and getting it delivered in Rawalpura.
Right.
The only thing is the guy is not ready to leave the shop and deliver it.
Right.
Because it's a mindset that he has to come to me. Why should I go to him? Right. But things have changed. The time has changed. You need to go to the doorstep.
So what do you suggest to the newcomers into the market, those who want to do retail business or they want to do it on commerce platform? What are the precautions or the points, policy points that he has to follow?
Sir, I think the retail business, you know, anybody wanting to get into retail business has to do a lot of homework before he is ready to take a space, pay for rentals, invest in interiors and getting the stock done. I think the safest business, what I suggest to anybody is that he should get into franchise business. Why I'm saying that is, one, that they, you know, it's a brand which has been tested across India. Second, the brand is willing to do a lot of interiors, maybe paying small money more. Third, they work on the MG model, minimum guarantee model, that okay, you do this kind of sales, if you don't cross this, we will pay you still this to survive into business. And third, the most important thing is that the stocks can always be replenished. If something is not moving out, they will take it and sell it on the e-commerce and give you a replacement with the new brand, models, new items, new variety, new size, new colors. So you have that guarantee that you don't have a dead stock. So I think franchise business is going to play a very crucial role, which I believe. Because if you get into the solo kind of a thing, no brand, multi-brand shop, then again you are going to crib about e-commerce, pricing, quality and all. Because you don't have expertise to select vendors.
Right.
For example, any ready-made garment shop on a Nalaimar Road or Baramulla or Anantnag bus stand shops, they go to Ludhiana, they go to Gandhinagar, Delhi and buy ready-made. They don't know how many quality checks have taken place. Right. So you are no different from any other shop in Pathankot, Sangrur, Barnala, Ludhiana or anywhere. But when you are selling branded stuff where quality is guaranteed, warranty is guaranteed, so your business does not accumulate loss.
Right. Finally, we have to say that technology is here to stay. E-commerce is only going to grow from step to step. So we cannot say that the local trading, which has its own challenges, maybe challenges emanating from some other issues than e-commerce itself. So what is the way forward? How do we marry the two things?
So no brand can survive without offline. I am an offline guy. I have done offline distribution for donkey years. I still believe what offline can do, online cannot do. Technology is only to enhance the quality and volume of business. Technology cannot run business.
Right.
Somebody as a product category head in Amazon or Myntra or Flipkart is running this business. Same way, the shopkeeper, the owner, the proprietor, the partner has to run this business.
Right.
Price cannot be the only reason for your business to dip down.
Right.
It would be that you lost that passion. You are hopping from one business to another business.
Right.
There was a time when you and me were in a college. Residency Road was all about shoe business.
Yeah, it was.
From right ways to whatnot. Today, everyone is in the mobile business. Why? Because follow theory still works here. But then with that, you have to have a planning. What do you want to do? How do you want to do in this business? And more importantly, are you catching up with the technology and time? Things are changing. People want new. People want affordable. Gone are those days when we used to buy a Philips transistor, and I think it is still in your and my home.
It is.
People who were using mobile phones 5 years, ask them where is your mobile phone. They don't even know. It has a short life. So you have to compete with that speed with the help of technology, and don't lose heart. Business will increase. The way of doing business has to get changed.
Right. Let's hope things get better for the
I hope so.
traders.
And things are becoming very, conducive for doing business in Jammu and Kashmir now. And I hope that you will see a lot of budding retailers coming up.
Thank you very much, Dr. Noor sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.